This is SSPTV News, brought to you by Samsung Productions and the Hazleton Standard Speaker.
There's a new life-saving robot in the area and it needs a name. More details next. Good evening and thank you for joining us at SSPTV News. I'm Ken Kara. You can watch this newscast in HD on Service Electric Cablevision Channel 513 and anywhere, anytime with the Samsung Productions app. And now to our headlines from SSPTV and the Hazleton Standard Speaker. Well, dang it, Lisa Sugared, I'm a news anchor, not a doctor. That's Star Trek. For years now, we saw it only in science fiction movies. Now robotics use in medicine is a reality. This new robotic technology is the focus of a brand new Sam Lassant show that premiered today, and our Lisa Sugared has the details tonight on how local students could help name this state-of-the-art technology.
Have you ever thought of a robot doing your surgery? Well, guess what? It is happening here in Hazleton at Lehigh Valley Hospital, Hazleton. Here to tell us all this exciting news is Lisa Marie Halecki. She is the Community Relations Specialist for the local hospital. Lisa Marie, this is truly exciting. You know, you've thought about it, you saw it in movies for years and that. It's happening right here in our area.
I know, for a wonderful community hospital such as we have, and with us having the resources of being part of a larger network of Lehigh Valley Health Network, to have robotic surgery here to allow our community members to get this type of surgery right here in their backyard is phenomenal. And we're really excited to show people about it. I know Sam has a show dedicated just to the robotic surgery, so if people want more information, what it's about, talk to their providers, and just learn how much less of recovery time people can have, how minimally invasive it could be. So there's a lot of benefits to having robotic surgery for certain surgeries.
Our Sam Lassant was very lucky. He got to go in there and he was dressed in the scrubs and everything. Yeah. And he was there with the robot. We're showing you some scenes from that show. And this is exciting because the community gets to get involved because the children in grades 6 through 12 are invited to participate in a contest to actually name this robot.
Absolutely. We have the robot, we need to name it. So we're inviting children from 6th grade to 12th to name the robot. So what they need to do is they can fill out the submission form tomorrow on Thursday, January 4th. See what the holiday does to us. And they can look at that submission form, fill it out, send it in. The contest is going on until February 4th. They do have a chance to win an iPad. So it's a nice gift. They can submit as far as an individual, they can do it as a group, a club, a classroom, however they want to do it. Fill out the form, send it to us. They can also go on our Facebook page, Lehigh Valley Hospital, Hazleton, and they can also submit the name through there as well. So we're looking forward to it. It's going to be a lot of fun to see what the robot's name will be. So if your child wants to get involved, this is what you got to do.
And the students also, it's like a learning tool for the students as well because some of them get a chance to see how it operates.
Yeah, actually we are inviting students from our schools in the greater Hazleton area from 6th grade until 12th. They're in the sciences, anatomy classes, robotic clubs and stuff like that to actually come and experience the robot. And that's going to be in February, so you'll hear a little bit more about that also, so stay tuned.
Wow, that sounds exciting. So they get to go, maybe I could pretend I'm in the 12th grade and I can go along for the ride.
Absolutely, absolutely.
That sounds really cool. So there is robotic surgery happening right here in Hazleton. You've been seeing the robot via the Sam Lassant show and also via video that Lisa Marie provided to us from the company. It is the Da Vinci Robotic Surgical System, and they can also see more about it if they go to davincisurgery.com. They can watch that little video that you sent us as well. So this is exciting. It's great news for anybody who may need surgeries that this robot can help with. But it's also exciting that the children get to be involved in naming the robot, and they can win a big Apple iPad mini as well for the lucky person, and the students learn from it. So this is really, really how it involves the entire community.
Absolutely, and that's what we want. We want them to feel comfortable with it. We want them to know more about it. So if someone did have to have surgery, they're comfortable, they understand it, and they're not, have enough knowledge about it.
Wow. the latest technology right here in our community. As Lisa Marie said, the merger with Lehigh Valley Hospital has brought so much to our area. You don't have to travel. It's right here in your hometown. And right now, if your children in grades 6 through 12 want to enter this contest, we encourage you to do so. Again, it's great. You might be the one that will be coming in and telling us what the name of the robot is, and we'll be excited to find out.
Awesome. We look forward to it. So make sure you do your submission.
All righty, good luck. We hope there's a winning entry out there somewhere. Maybe you'll be sitting here telling us how you chose that name.
Thanks a lot, Lisa. Well, you can learn much more about the new robotic system at Lehigh Valley Hospital Hazleton on a new Sam Lasan show. Watch it anytime at SSPTV.com or with the free Samsung Productions app. Well, tonight there's good news to start off the new year in downtown Hazleton. Governor Tom Wolf announced that the Downtown Hazleton Alliance for Progress, or DHAP, will receive $300,000 to rehabilitate a building on Broad Street. The money will help to rehabilitate a building at 1315 West Broad Street into a business incubator. Today's funding announcement was among $5.4 million awarded through the Keystone Communities program. DHAP is working with the Penn State Hazleton campus, Can Do, and others to create a small business incubator in the building that at one time housed a bingo hall. A warrant has been issued for a Hazleton man in connection with a shooting in Monroe County. 32-year-old Aquiles Conde Sheneri is wanted for attempted homicide. The incident happened last night in Chestnut Hill Township. According to our media partner, the Standard Speaker, Conde Sheneri got in a verbal dispute with 39-year-old Harry Reed outside Reed's home. Reed was shot in his midsection. He was taken to the hospital and treated for a non-life-threatening injury. Anyone with information on the whereabouts of Conde Sheneri is asked to call State Police at Fern Ridge at 570-646-2271. In other news, two beautiful bundles of joy were welcomed into the world on New Year's Day at Lehigh Valley Hospital in Hazleton. Elias Roldan was born on January 1st at 12:47 p.m. He weighed 6 pounds 4 ounces and was 20 inches long. Due on January 11th, his parents, Yomeria Cora and Michael Roldan, were happy to have their first child born on New Year's Day. And not long after, the area's first little girl of the new year was born. Amberly Ampero Acevedo arrived in the world at 1:43 p.m. on New Year's Day at Lehigh Valley Hospital in Hazleton, due on January 2nd. Her parents, Elizabeth Acevedo and Ambiorix Ampero, were delighted she surprised them a day early. Congratulations to both families on their very special arrivals. Hazleton City Hall will be closed tomorrow and Friday. The reason? To replace the boiler. Hazleton City Council will resume its meeting tonight at 6 p.m. However, the building will then be closed for both this Thursday and Friday while the boiler is being replaced. The recent cold temperatures pose a threat for man and man's best friend. This is also the first winter season with a new Pennsylvania law in effect. The new animal cruelty law was signed in June of last year. We caught up with Chris Barkanek at the Hazleton Animal Shelter to talk about the law and the need to keep animals safe in this extreme cold.
I think recently it has been made illegal to keep your dog outside for a half hour or more. But in this weather, good dog owners will know that it's best to keep them inside as long as possible anyway. Definitely don't want to leave your guys outside. And for those of you who have clothes for your dogs, coats, jackets, shirts of any kind are always appreciated. And it's also a good idea to put shoes or even socks on your dogs if you can for walking them in the snow. Not only can dogs' paws get really cold and risk frostbite, but there's also salts and other chemicals we use to melt the ice that are no good for their skin.
You can see Chris on Adopt Me here on Fridays from the Hazleton Animal Shelter. Well, Pennsylvania's new law, known as Libre's Law, states that a dog cannot be tethered for longer than 30 minutes in temperatures above 90 degrees or below 32 degrees Fahrenheit. Freeland Municipal Water Authority is suggesting that customers, especially those whose pipes have frozen in the past, run their water in one faucet during these extreme weather conditions. And if you have any questions, please contact the Freeland Municipal Water Authority at 570-636-1733. And now a reminder that our SSPTV programming is available tonight and every Wednesday from 6:30 until 8 p.m. on our high-definition channel 513. You can also catch a rebroadcast of SSPTV News tonight at 8 p.m. on both channels, Channel 13 and HD 513. Ahead on SSP TV News, Standard Speaker Sports Editor Dave Seaman is here to get us all caught up on local sports. And coming up next, PennDOT is using the latest technology to help them track snow squalls. We'll tell you why that's so important next. This is SSP TV News, your place for 24 hours of your hometown news and information.
This is SSPTV News, brought to you by Samsung Productions and the Hazleton Standard Speaker.
Well, anytime there's bad weather in the forecast, we turn to our good friend from PennDOT, James May. He is the regional press director for PennDOT, and I feel like that is so true. If there's bad weather or what, it's like call in James. He'll come in and tell us what to do to stay safe. But you have an interesting new program.
Santa Claus and James May, the two people you can always count on at wintertime to show up here, right?
Do we see them at the same time?
No, we don't. No, we don't. Don't tell my kids. So we were talking about right before we came on air, the new alert that's coming out from the National Weather Service on snow squalls. And essentially a snow squall is a lot of precipitation, in this case snow, that comes in a very limited amount of time and a very specific location. People can download that app on their own from the National Weather Service, and you can get the alerts. We at PennDOT will be using this because many times what happens is we get the weather forecast that says 3 inches of snow somewhere across northeastern Pennsylvania, and we have all of our resources deployed ready to go. We'll be using this app, though, and we'll be using these alerts to help us really try to target and pinpoint some of those areas where there's a lot of snow coming in one time, and so we can take a lot of our plows and put them in that location. So the public can use the alert system from the National Weather Service, but we plan on using this as well and testing it out to really try to get a lot of our resources in those areas where some snow squalls will be taking place this year.
When you're driving through something like that, it turns, it's like a whiteout, they'll call it, like that you can't see the road at all. And unfortunately, there was a fatality last year in one of these in our area. So this is serious business.
Well, and the National Weather Forecast is piloting this here in the Northeast primarily because we had the fatality that took place here, and then down on Interstate 78, just south of us, there were a number of fatalities that take place. And what ends up happening many times is that as soon as the whiteout comes, people slam on their brakes. And one, that causes you to slide many times into the person in front of you, but they hit their brakes so quickly that the cars behind them can't stop. And so we're going to try to use this to forecast and say, okay, we see a snow squall coming in. Another important thing to keep in mind, though, is that for those of us who are parents and we have children who are just learning to drive, to talk to our kids ahead of time and say, okay, if this does happen to you, here is the best way for you to respond. Don't slam on your brakes in the middle of the interstate. Slow down, put on your flashers, slow down. If you have to pull over, pull way off to the side of the road so that you're safe, and to talk to our children about these.
And if they want to get alerts through PennDOT, they're going through 511 PA?
They are. You can always get the alerts 511pa.com or the 511pa app, and that's a great resource that we have there as well. And I think we talked about this last year, but you can actually use that website and track the snow plows. That feature will be available as well, where you can actually, if there's a snow plow that's about to go past your house, maybe wait a few minutes and get behind the snow plow rather than sitting in front of it. And so we're trying to utilize technology as much as we can. I know Mike was here recently and was talking about our Safer Ride app. That's another feature there to keep people safe on the roads. But all of these are tools that we can use with technology to help keep people safe.
One last thing, when you mentioned plows, we see some of the plows are decorated, and some of the kids in our area helped decorate them.
They did. That is taking place as the second or third year across the state, but the first time that our area has done this, and some schools from right here in Hazleton actually participated with us. So if you see a snow plow out there and you look at it and you think that doesn't look like the typical yellow front of the plow, some of our local children, we gave them the plows a few months ago, and they painted the front of the plow with a safety message on it. And so take a look at those in a safe manner, and it's a great way to help get the safety message out to people who may see it, but it's also a way that we can go into the schools and help reinforce to them the importance of safety at a very young age.
All right, great advice from PennDOT as always. Remember, 511 PA with all the great information and the alerts to help keep you safe on the roadways.
Time now for weather on SSPTV News.
was driving near a community park in Hazel Township last night, going to pick up a hoagie when the supermoon dropped on by. This is it over the soccer fields there in Hazel Township. Tonight, not going to see many stars. Here's our forecast from the National Weather Service. We have a 50% chance of snow showers, mostly cloudy. We will have a cold low again tonight around 13 degrees. New snow accumulation of less than a ½ inch possible. And then for Thursday, it will be windy with wind gusts as high as 32 miles per hour, 50% chance of snow showers. Wind chill will feel like -3 degrees. And with new snow accumulation of less than 1 inch possible, high of 19. At night, we're down to a low of 1 degree, mostly cloudy, wind chill as low as -19, wind gusts as high as 30 miles per hour. Friday, partly sunny and cold, high of only 17 degrees, high of only 6 degrees on Friday. It will feel like -3 at night, partly cloudy. Saturday, mostly sunny and cold, high of 6. At night, partly cloudy, low of -3. Sunday, partly sunny, high of 18. We get a warm front coming in. Sunday night, mostly cloudy, low of 14 degrees. And now see if you're a winner. Your midday winning Pennsylvania lottery numbers on the green screen. Pick 2, 80, pick 3, 463, pick 4, 6925, pick 5, 99899. The wild number is 0. It's Dave Day. When we come back, we'll talk local field hockey and basketball.
Time now for sports on SSPTV News.
First real official Dave Day of the new year with Standard Speaker Sports editor Dave Seaman. And Dave, I was off all of last week. Thank you to the Lassant family. That was great. So getting caught up, spent a lot of time reading your work, Steve Stallone's work, and it seems like the Hazelton area basketball team keeps rolling. They get a big win on the road against Williamsport, a team that knocked them off in the District 2/4 6A playoffs last season. And definitely on notice now, all their teams in the district and around here.
Yeah, the Cougars keep rolling along. Some tough league games coming up, against Crestwood Friday night. It's always a rivalry game. No matter what the records are of both teams, you expect a dogfight every time they play. Crestwood's come in the McGee Gymnasium the last 2 years, and the games have gone right down to the wire. So you wouldn't expect anything different, but there's something about this Cougar team that's a little bit different than past years. A lot of different scoring options, but certainly Crestwood will test them.
Defense been really good for the Cougars, Dave?
I think that's been the strong suit, really. I mean, besides balanced scoring, their defense has been really strong this year. When you can throw that size at teams too, and the way Coach Joseph mixes up the defenses, it's been hard for teams to score. And they get out to big leads. They've been starting games so well this year. It's not easy to play defense, but it's easier too, because you could take some chances, you could try to block some shots maybe, and you get to force teams into turnovers, and then that gets their fast break game going on the other end too. And it's called complementary basketball. We've heard that term used in football before. James Franklin uses it a lot, but in basketball, the Cougars use it all the time. If their defense is playing well, it sets up easy scoring opportunities, and they're off to the races.
I feel like we said this last year too, but all of a sudden, Dave, Joe Gavio's Lady Cougars too had Hazelton area coming along, winning a couple in a row, winning a holiday tournament at Puxatawny, and they're getting on the right track.
Yeah, they've won 5 in a row since losing their 2 games in their tournament. Big win over Wyoming Valley West in the conference. Overtime, they had to rally back to do that, and that's a great win. Again, they have a tough game coming up at Crestwood. Division's going to be there it's going to be a battle all year. It seems like in that Crestwood, considered a slight favorite going in. They go up to Dallas, who's undefeated, by the way. Crestwood girls lost that game. Hazelton girls, though, you go to Punxsutawney, you don't know what to expect because you don't see those teams all year. Coach Gavio's taken his team there. They've done well at that tournament, and it's kind of been their springboard for the rest of the season. They get a big win over Wyoming Valley West, going to Crestwood with momentum, and Coach Gav have the girls playing in the right direction.
Dave, last year we did a story on Megan Trival piece. Megan, right? Not Marissa?
Last year it was Megan who played the softball. Marissa, Marissa's a sophomore this year, and she's really, stepped up her game as a basketball player, and she had big free throws in the game against Wyoming Valley West. So, just a piece of the puzzle. I mean, there's a lot of pieces there that Coach Gav has to work with, and Maddie Morocco's a senior. She's been a star for a couple of years right now, and other players are stepping up. Faith Gruel has really stepped up as a sophomore. Kira Antolik, and there's Virginia Yurchak. He has some players there, and a lot of young players too. So I think better days even are ahead for the Lady Cougars.
Dave, I wanted to talk about field hockey. I know we're in the midst of winter sports season, but Megan Reed from Hazleton area committing to Brown University, going to talk with her this week on SSPTV News. Her sister Madison is at Hofstra, and I wanted to talk about this, though, Dave. She helped organize the District 2 Senior Field Hockey All-Star Classic, and it was a fundraiser for Corey's Place in Hanover Township that helps adults with intellectual disabilities. She did this with Holy Redeemer's Leah Mullery, and that was back in November. You can read a full article, go back online, search. It was in the Standard Speaker. They talked about it, but talking about doing some good in the community. And Dave, speaking of successful field hockey teams and Mary Kelly, someone else who got their start in this now famous clinic that Mary Kelly hosts in the Hazleton area, Kelsey Resnick, who's playing with Wyoming Seminary. She made the U.S. U17 national team, was also named an All-American, only 48 players picked throughout the country. You've talked with her once or twice. She's from Drums, and she's doing all right.
Yeah, it's, no doubt about it. She's had a whirlwind last couple months. Starting with a lot of summer field hockey. To get at that level, you have to play all summer. She went into the season at Wyoming Seminary, led them to the state final, district championship in Class A and District 2. She's a fantastic player. She loves the game. There's no doubt about that. And yeah, she got her start here, and they have proud roots in this area. She chose to attend school at Wyoming Seminary, and like I said, a fantastic player, and her future, the sky's the limit for her, because you get a chance to play on a national team now. That means you're getting a lot of recognition, and she's getting it now, and she gets an opportunity to play with the best players in the country, and where she goes from here, it's all up to her.
We'll hear more from Dave on Friday when he talks about Penn State's Saquon Barkley, his legacy, the NFL playoffs, and the Hazleton area boys basketball team, their matchup with rival Crestwood. For now, though, that's sports.
Good evening, everyone. Here's today's talk of the town. The Walk-In Arts Center in Schuylkill Haven is asking everyone to join them for a bridal fair with flair. This event is on Saturday, January 6th from 1 to 5 p.m. For more information, you can call the number on your screen. And that's today's Talk of the Town. SSPTV News would like to send our sincere condolences to the family and friends of these recently departed. Bernard Choma of Hazleton. Funeral is Saturday at 10:30 a.m. at the Frank J. Bonin Funeral Home in Hazleton. Friends may call Saturday from 9:30 to 10:30 a.m. at the funeral home. Beverly Louise Kissenweather of Drums. Funeral is Friday at 11 a.m. at the Butler Chapel of the Crofton Hughes Funeral Home. Friends may call Friday from 10 to 11 a.m. at the funeral home. Ronald Dale Meneely Jr. of Sand Valley. Service is Saturday at 1 p.m. at St. James Episcopal Church in Drifton. Friends may call Saturday from 12 noon to 1 p.m. at the church. The McNulty Funeral Home in Freeland is in charge of the arrangements. Patricia Roman, formerly of Buck Mountain. Burial will be held at the convenience of the family. The McNulty Funeral Home in Freeland is in charge of the arrangements. Helen Simcoe of Jetto. Mass is Friday at 10 a.m. at St. Mary's Byzantine Catholic Church in Freeland. The McHugh Wilczek Funeral Home in Freeland is in charge of the arrangements. Peter J. Vendura of Hazleton, who passed away on December 25th. Mass is Saturday at 10 a.m. at the Holy Rosary Roman Catholic Church in Hazleton. Friends may call Saturday from 9 to 10 a.m. in the church. The Damiano Funeral Home in McAdoo is assisting the family. And Anthony P. Miller Mylor of Hazleton. Service is Friday at 11 a.m. at the Joseph A. Moran Funeral Home. Attention pay-per-view subscribers, if you see your name now on SSPTV News, you can call in and win a free movie from Service Electric Cablevision. Today's winner is Alfred Chapman of Drums. Call now at 570-455-7267, extension 104, for your free movie.
I don't know how you top a Name That Robot contest, but we'll try tomorrow. I'll see you then. Take it easy, everyone.
Watch us online anytime at ssptv.com and follow us on Facebook and Twitter.